So here I am, I'm now in the modern contemporary hall of the Saumur Tank Museum. Some really interesting stuff in here. I'm going to start off with this beast. So this is the Merkava, the Israeli Merkava. It's the main battle tank designed by the Israelis, and it is a beast and a half. I've never seen one in the flesh. It's a really interesting tank and really massive bugger. Compare this to some of the other tanks we're seeing here. Number of variants. I've seen this as an engineering vehicle, as a mine clearing vehicle. It really is quite impressive, and as usual all the Israeli stuff very functional, covered in guns and armour, and yeah, really interesting. These are good. These little chains, that's to capture RPGs, so you can't get one under the back of your turret. So that's all really interesting. Just snipping up now, we've got a Swiss tank. I never knew the Swiss had a tank. I can't think why they would need one, frankly. So we won't dwell on that. And we've got some other World War II stuff. So we've got the Pershing tank here. So this was the late war American tank that entered service. Quite a lovely tank, this. You see a lot of similarities again to later designs where we've got this kind of sloping hull, sloping armour. Again, this didn't come in until I think right at the end of the war. This was kind of their version of our Comet. Very nice. We look at Walker Bulldog as well, so this is post-war. So this is the kind of stuff that they were taking into Korea, and I think, I could be wrong, but I think the Bulldog also went to Vietnam. We're back in the Korea kind of days, so this is a Patton tank. Oh, bad lighting. It's a Patton tank, and I think we've got another Patton there. M60 as we move into kind of the Vietnam War. Sorry, it's a little bit light. I'm not using my other camera because the batteries died. So the M60. So that's a much later version. And here we got, this is nice. This is German, and this is the Jagdpanzer Kanone. It bears a lot of similarity to the Hetzer that we saw in the World War II section. So we finish off with the German stuff here. Got the Leopard 1 and the Leopard 2, the German main battle tanks, also used by our Canadian colleagues. Just going to hop over. Let's have a quick look here first. Right, they've also been nicking stuff off of us, because here is Saracen armour car, lovely little British armour car here, and Scorpion. This signpost is 1970, this Scorpion. Now this is still in service, the Scorpion, or no, that might be the Scimitar, I could be telling a lie. It's a nice little tank anyway. We've got the Canadian Lynx, never heard of that. As I say, I'm more of a tank man, not really too bothered about the APC, so we'll move down towards the tanks now. Something American. A Brazilian little armed personnel carrier stroke tank there, light tank. This is the Swedish Char. I've seen these in Bovington. Again, interesting tank. Look at the profile of that, really sleek. Obviously a tank destroyer. Yeah, really small, nice. Now we come on to some beautiful British stuff here. Just take a moment to look at the Chieftain. This is Chieftain's been done up in, this was a Berlin camouflage scheme. It's quite unique. They only used it in Berlin during the Cold War, and that was meant to be like an urban camouflage, so it would blend in with the buildings in any kind of urban combat. And now here we go again. A favourite of mine, Centurion. So this is what we took to Korea. This is what the Gloucesters, famous Gloucester Regiment, held with on the Indian River. This was a really interesting vehicle that turned the tide for us and probably saved Korea, if I'm not being too overly dramatic. Got another one here. This is a Conqueror heavy tank. It says 1964 Great Britain. We did have some weird stuff we knocked up kind of after the war and into the Cold War. Never seen that before. A bit strange. This is I think that's either a Panhard or a Daimler, I'm not really sure. Interesting, look, it's marked up with some kind of Arabic-y writing on it. I'm going to have to pass on what that is. Answers on a postcard. And here we have a little British vehicle. Right, from the front, that looks like the Northern Ireland armoured vehicle. I think they used to call it a pig. Not really my thing. And that's been... So that's some sort of rocket launch and anti-tank capability. Anyway, that is the contemporary exhibit at Saumur. I'm just going to finish off on that Merkava. Do like that. That's a really lovely bit of kit, that is. I'll have to find out more about that. So I'll finish off now. Cheers.